Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know if I've mentioned before, I think I talked about it on Twitter a little bit, but I'm going to Prague for about a week, maybe 10 days. And I'm super excited, and I know I did a lot of travel content last year when I went to Europe, but what I realized I haven't done is my in-flight routine. I'm super invested into, just so committed to beating jet lag. So if I land somewhere and it's early in the morning, I will try and sleep for an amount of time that makes sense. So my flight to Prague is like 8 or 9 hours, and I land there at, actually I'm flying to Hungary first, so I land in Hungary at like 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. or something really early. So I am going to try and sleep for that entire duration. Okay, so just a little bit about skincare. I do like to do a skincare routine on the plane just because, especially if you're arriving first thing in the morning, and because I vlog my trips now, I don't want to look like crap when I get off the plane. So yeah, I actually have started doing a skincare routine. Thing is, since I usually vlog my time at the airport as well, I put makeup on because camera. So I never used to wear makeup on a plane or in the airport, but now I do. So the first thing I do once I get onto the plane is actually just first sanitize my hands. This one's from Aesop. It's the Resurrection Rinse-Free Hand Wash. It actually smells so good. I think it's made with essential oils or something. And the first thing I do skincare wise is actually take off my makeup. So I'll bring a tiny little bottle of Bioderma with me. This is 5 ml, I think. No, this is 5 ml. This is 20 ml. And it actually lasts for most trips. I honestly could probably get through about a 2-week trip with this just because I don't always use this to take off my makeup. Most of the time I'll use a foaming cleanser. So I take this on a cotton pad, and I have a little Ziploc baggie that I keep full of cotton for the plane, and just take off as much as I can. I don't always take off my eyes just because they're such a pain to do, so I'll for sure take off all my face makeup. I'm not a huge fan of sprays on a plane. I like those little facial spritzy things. I do love a thermal water, but just not for a plane. I find it takes up too much room in my liquids bag, and because texting. I don't check luggage. I only have that liquids baggie to carry all of my toiletries for the entire trip. So I honestly skip it. And frankly, if you don't, oh my gosh, if you don't follow up the spritz with something, that can actually dry your skin out. So try to be really conscious of that for anybody who, I know it's really cooling and it feels really good, but just make sure that you actually take the proper skincare steps afterwards. So what I do is I actually like to use a hydrating serum. This one is from Cliniderm. It's the HydraComfort Hydrating Serum. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really great for holding onto water in your skin. And what I do is I actually layer this on 3 or 4 times. Like any hydrating serum will do. I actually like this one because it's clear, and it feels like it forms a film over your face almost. It's fantastic. So I will put on a layer, let that sit, probably put on another one, and if I'm feeling really diligent, I'll do it 3 times. And that just really helps me feel like I'm just supercharging my skin with moisture. And before I put on a mask, I'll actually put on an eye cream. This is a sample one from Murad. I've never used this one before, but I'll just take any eye cream samples or an eye cream I'm trying to finish up, and I will actually layer it on so thick. I'll put on a layer just around the eye, like a normal person, and then I'll put on a mask. So this one is a sample of the Bioderma Hydrabio mask. This is really nice. I've used this before. It's clear, and it doesn't leave you looking too shiny. There will be a little bit of gloss because it doesn't set really, but it honestly feels so hydrating. It's like a really thick lotion almost. So I'll put that on, and then afterwards I will actually go back in with an eye cream and dot underneath my eye, just almost on top of the cheekbone, to really seal in that moisture. I know it sounds so excessive, but when else are you gonna do this? After that, I'll actually moisturize my hands and my elbows. My elbows, I do not even know what it is, are so dry. I have the weenus of an 80-year-old woman. So I'll actually grab a tiny little travel moisturizer. This is the Caudalie Hand and Nail Cream, which I've used before. I love it. It's not as thick as the L'Occitane Shea Butter one, but this one absorbs really quickly, which is really nice. Honestly though, on a flight I probably could handle the greasiness of the L'Occitane Shea Butter, but this one comes in travel size. So after I've kind of gotten myself together, skincare wise, I personally like to take something to help me sleep. Not recommending that anybody do this. I'm not a doctor, I'm not any kind of medical professional. This is just what I do. But I'll actually, I'll usually take melatonin or Gravel just to kind of help me stay asleep. Again, please check with everyone in your life before you do that. So those things usually take about 15 to 30 minutes to kick in, and that just gives you a nice time to just get yourself together. So I'll usually set an alarm for when I want to wake up. I usually like to set it about an hour before my plane lands, and it helps me, if I need footage of the plane, that's a good time for me to get it, just so I know that I have everything and I won't be missing anything. And also, it gives me time to get into my cocoon. I call it that because it's essentially the way I can sleep the most undisturbed for the longest period of time. So you'll need 3 things. You'll need an eye mask. I like this one because the cups don't crush your face, so it doesn't feel like something stifling you. It actually gives you it gives your face room to breathe. That sounds weird, but it does. And next you'll need a pair of headphones. I have these. I don't know if these are officially noise canceling, but they do cut out a lot of sound. So yeah, they're pretty fantastic, and they fold up, so it's nice. If you want, you can plug it into a white noise app. I don't even need that. I find they work really well. And the third thing you'll need is a circle scarf, like one of those infinity scarves. You know how much I love the American Apparel ones, but I can't find mine right now, so here's a substitute. And this is just really good because you can tuck your arms into it and they'll stay there. So my issue with other scarves is that they're loose, and unless you tie them in a knot or whatever, which I don't like to do with my scarves, but your hands do not end up in a stranger's lap. It's happened where just kind of like, you kind of do one of these and then you don't really know where your hands are going because you're asleep and you're unconscious. So yeah, a circle scarf, such a great idea. Another thing I like to do right before I drop off to sleep is to drink an entire liter of water and then put on a ton of lip balm. So drink as much water as you can. I know a liter sounds really intimidating. It's not. You'll need it. And it's just, if you don't, you'll wake up just feeling so dehydrated, and that's usually when I get a headache. So I try and preempt that as much as I can by drinking water. And then I'm probably going to bring the Serum lip slip with me. Not sure where that is, but it's just a nice thick hydrating balm, and it almost like sets over your lips so that moisture doesn't escape. About an hour before my flight lands, I like to kind of get myself ready for landing. I don't usually feel the need to take off all the skincare I've put on because 8 hours later it's probably sunken in and your skin will actually feel really good, so don't take that away. But what I will do is add a moisturizer with SPF, just because everyone does this. When we're about to land, especially if it's in the morning, everyone just pulls up their windows and all that radiation comes in, all that sun damage is just waiting to happen. So really important that you put on SPF, especially if you're sitting by in one of the sections where you're right by a window, even if you're not directly next to it. If your neighbor's super annoying and just pulls up that window, yeah, just put on SPF, you'll thank me later. So yeah, that's everything I do on a plane to keep myself kind of not dead looking on arrival. So yeah, if you have any tips, I would really love to hear them. Maybe it's just like I just love hacks like that. So please do share, and I will see you in my next video. It might be my Prague vlog. I don't know.